Today I'm doing a tier list of pretty much every major NPC in Star Stable. Yeah, some of them might be controversial. Don't shoot me if I don't remember some of the names. It's just what it is, so yeah, let's get into it. First we have Pi. I would say she turned herself into a witch and then made herself this little grotto with tons of poison, which probably stinks. I don't know why someone would want that for themselves, but for that reason I would rank her quite low in this list, if I'm being completely honest with you. She did it to herself. There's nothing further to say really. Fripp, I don't trust Fripp. I don't trust him at all. I think that something is just off about him. Like, I get that he's supposed to be one of the good guys and fight against evil and whatever, and he's supposed to be really wise and stuff, but there's just something off about him. I do not trust that man, I'm sorry. Well, he's not a man, but you know what I'm trying to say. The twins, the Goldspur twins, I would say, I don't know, they're just chilling, do you know what I'm trying to say? I'll put them both in the same place. Elizabeth Sunbeam, well, I don't want to spoil the story for those that haven't reached that part of the game, but I'd say she's like a mother figure to the Soul Riders, and she's a very good person, and she looks after people, and it's very sad what happened to her. So I'd say that she's amazing for me personally. She's not my favorite, but she's definitely amazing. I don't like Alex. I don't know why, but I don't know if it's her redesign or if it's just her personality, but Alex annoys me like quite a lot. I don't have like a specific reason for it. Avalon is like, I feel like if Avalon was like a real life person, he'd be a Jehovah's Witness. Like, not that that's like a bad thing. I'm just saying that, like, I feel like something about Avalon is like, we don't know what he really looks like, and he's always just like to himself. But I like him as a character, so I'd say that he's just a chill guy, but he's also a likable character as well, so yeah. I really like the Baroness. I don't know, she's like a strong, independent woman. She just gets on with her life. She has a lot of trauma regarding her husband, but I think that, all in all, I just like her. Evergrey is a pretty cool character design because he was trapped in the world of Pandoria and then came out, and he has this like really odd look to him. But again, I feel like he's one of them good characters that you can't really trust. I don't know if it's just like the design of the game. I would say that he's just like, I would say that I don't even know, like, I don't really like him that much, to be honest with you. Conrad's just like a blacksmith, really. He doesn't really mean anything to me, so I would say that he's just like, I don't like Darko, if I'm being honest. It's not even because he's supposed to be like evil or whatever, but I just don't like his character. I think that he's very annoying. The mailman, Derek, I think he's just a chill guy, really. The hermit, I love that guy because he just stays to himself. He's from Southwood Farm. He stays away from humanity. I don't know, just the fact that like you have to build reputation with him before he's actually like open to saying more than 3 words. And I feel like that's so me coded. So I definitely say that's my guy, for real. Like, Josh, I don't really care about Josh, to be honest with you. He doesn't really mean anything to me. He's kind of just there. But at the same time, I don't feel neither like nor hate for him, so that's my thoughts on Josh. Justin Morland, he's low-key kind of dumb. Like, I get that in the game every girl is supposed to like be in love with him or whatever, but he's pretty likable. Katja or Katija, I don't know how you pronounce her name, but she's one of the Dark Riders. I don't particularly like her that much, if I'm being honest with you. The first reason being the change in character design, and the second reason being that I don't like the way that her character is. I prefer Sabine, but yeah. So I put her like down here somewhere, or even at the very bottom. Linda is one of the more serious Soul Riders, I think. She's quite a likable character. Lisa, on the other hand, as well as the character change with Lisa, I think that her character and just her story, to me, it's just kind of off-putting because it's like, I get it, she's supposed to be like from Texas and she's supposed to be like, she plays the guitar and whatever, whatnot, but she kind of lost her edge. It's really off-putting. If she hadn't been remade, she definitely would have been S tier for me, but at this point in time, it's a no. Like, I'm not feeling it. Loretta is not the villain that people think she is, if I'm being honest. Like, she's not as mean as people say. Like, she's not nice, but she is kind. She just has an attitude. So I think that people give her too much slack. I like Loretta. She's one of the Bobcat girls. If you didn't know, I'm fairly certain you do know. But yeah, no, she's pretty cool. Like, I actually really like her character. She grew on me. She's supposed to be like this Regina George, but for me personally, I really like her. So I put her towards the top. Catherine, I just feel bad for her because throughout the whole game she's dead, right? She's just a ghost. Like, that's Justin's mom. And she died whilst giving birth to Justin. So she had a traumatic life. So I just feel bad for her. So I'd put her maybe in the middle, or just likable, I guess. Mr. Anwar or Anwar, I don't know how you pronounce that. I think that he's actually low-key a horrible person, because why would you steal a child's horse and just like a breed of horses and then try to like tranquilize them and sell them to like dark riders or to whoever? Like, that guy is just like, he's not him. He's not, like, he tried to like trap Madison, who's like canonically 10. Like, you not only, sorry guys, there are cars beeping downstairs. Not only did he steal horses, but he tried to kidnap a child. So I think that he's definitely a fuck you for me. James as well. I don't like James because he just tries to get money by any means necessary. He just kind of does these elaborate schemes, like pretending a horse can talk, and like being a horse ventriloquist to try and fool people into, like, I don't know. I just don't like him. That's my thoughts on James. If you didn't know, that's Alex's brother. Mr. Campbell, I don't have many thoughts on him. He's just money hungry and he doesn't care about the environment. So I'd say he's just quite unlikable. Mr. Sands, he's supposed to be the main antagonist in the game. That's Justin's granddad. To be honest, even though he's supposed to be evil and unlikable, I'd put him in the middle. Mr. Sands doesn't have much dialogue in the game. Like, people speak of him, but there's not much action with him. It's normally just like the Dark Riders and everything to do with Pandoria. He doesn't have much to say in the game, I guess. So, well, anyway, Madison is like a S tier character for me because of the fact that she literally brought us along on this like massive journey to infiltrate some next person's building just so she could save her horse. And I don't know, she's just an adventurer and she's pretty cool. So I'd say that Madison is at the top. One of my favorites in the game, I think. Mrs. Drake is evil as fuck. Like, she was literally like, when we was doing a reputation quest, she literally said something like, if one of her employees needed a day off because their grandmother passed away, that she would fire them for negligence or for wasting time and money. Like, do you know how evil you have to be to say something like that? Like, no. Herman is my guy. And also he can tell which horses are star breeds as well, so that's definitely one of my favorite characters in the game. Nick Stoneground, this guy's actually mental because he literally chained himself to a fridge. Like, let's really deep it. This guy chained himself to a fridge and then went to explore this place with tons of ice. I don't know, I'd say he's a likable character. Well, I don't have many thoughts on Igor. He's kind of creepy. He's just there with like them big bulbous eyes and his, is it a flute or a trumpet? Like, he's just kind of an oddball. I don't have much to say about him. So me personally, I'd say that I don't really like him that much. Agnetha, she is a gardener in the Silverglade Manor. I do like the reputation building quests in that area that they added. So Jessica, again, another Dark Rider. I don't like her very much. I like her character design, but I don't like her. Like I said, I much prefer Sabine out of all of them. I'd just put Jessica in the middle. Thomas Morland, that's Justin's dad. He's a good guy. He's a stand-up guy. Anastasia Silverglade. I actually like her a lot because she looks like what a chav would look like, and I like to do chav makeovers because it's funny. So I'd put her in amazing. Tan, that's Loretta's best friend in the Bobcat Girls. I like Loretta more than I like Tan, so I would put her slightly below Loretta. This one is a Jorvik Ranger. I would say that it's a pretty cool character design. I like the whole story and everything, but I don't really have much to say about them, so that's my thoughts on that. Rhiannon, I do not like Rhiannon because of what she puts us through in Druid training. I don't like it. To get through Druid training and complete the entirety of it takes so much time, and it's just like, I blame her. I blame her for all of that, if I'm being honest with you. So I would say that Sabine is my favorite Dark Rider because it kind of feels like she's like the leader of them in a way, like the unofficial leader. I like her character design. She kind of stands her ground. She's very assertive. It feels like she doesn't really listen to anybody, if that makes sense. She's definitely a leader, not a follower. So I would say that she is S tier or amazing. Ricky Winterwell, I think that his character is supposed to be like stupid or like a jock, I guess. He lives in New Hillcrest and he's like supposed to be a jock or whatever. I don't know if that area is supposed to like resemble an American suburban town, but I'm gonna assume that that's what they were going for. Despite the fact his character is supposed to be like this guy that just is obsessed with athletics, I actually really like his character. I think the whole like training with him so that he can win fights and everything, I just think it's really interesting, and the whole tournament stuff, I just think that's pretty cool. But he's such an upbeat character. I just like him a lot. I think he's supposed to be like an American, I don't know. But yeah, that's my thoughts on him. So I would say that for me, that's my guy. Big Bonnie is in Silverglade Village, and she's like, she has a recyclable horse. I really like the idea of having characters that care about the environment and recycling and stuff. So I would say that she's likable. I don't really think about her as much though. She's definitely one of the NPCs that doesn't cross my mind very often. Bob, he's a pirate. I love pirates. I think Bob is very funny, very interesting. Farah, she crafts stuff. I feel like if she was a real life person, she would have an Etsy or like a Depop account where she just sells like ceramics or something. So she's pretty cool. She's just chilling. Rami, I don't even remember his character, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna make no comment on that. I'm actually gonna put every character that I either don't know much about or don't really know at all at the bottom with the ones that I don't like. So yeah, Jamie Olive Tree, we do reputation quests with her where we have to cook stuff, like we bake breads and cakes and we go and put milk out to all the residents in New Hillcrest. I think, again, her name is supposed to be a spin on Jamie Oliver, which I just think is quite funny. But yeah, I'd say she's likable. Jasper, I think it's just a world-renowned fact. Everyone likes Jasper. He's in Golden Hills Valley. He's like a farmer. He has his own like farm. He has scarecrows put up. He grows pumpkins. So for me, he would be right at the top. Mario lives in the observatory. I don't really have much to say about him as a person apart from the fact that he's into like astrology and other such things, and I'm interested in astrology and things like that. So Maya, that's Alex's girlfriend. Obviously really passionate about taking care of horses, and she's like, she resides in the Forgotten Fields area. She's in the middle. Mrs. Holdsworth, she's kind of like the Soul Rider's grandmother in a way, like always there to help. So I would just kind of put her in like, she's just likable, but she's also like, yeah, anyway. Idris is hella sus to me. I feel like he's low-key working with the Dark Riders because everything about him just gives like secret villain. I don't like that guy at all. Like, Idris is a complete no for me. I don't like him, not one bit. But Beatrix or Beatrice, she likes to read and tell stories, and she's usually in Fort Maria. She's kind of like a sidekick, I guess, when you get to a certain point in the game. So that's kind of my thoughts on her. Gunther or Gunther, I don't know how you pronounce that. He's a German tourist, and he goes around with his wife and his kid. So I'm going to put all three of them, so Gunther, Helga and Gretchen, in the same tier. Scott Buttergood, he's low-key just like, his appearance kind of reminds me of Michael Jackson. I really don't know what to say about Scott, so And then Ed Field, we don't interact with him very often in the game, so I'd say that he's just a chill guy. The rest of them I would just put at the bottom, like I said earlier, because I don't really feel any type of way about them, or I just forgot their names. Yeah, so basically that's my thoughts on every NPC, every major NPC in Star Stable. That's my complete tier list. I'm pretty happy with it. There's not really much I would change about it unless I played the game completely from the beginning, but let me know your thoughts on where I put some of these characters and where you would put certain characters, and yeah, pretty much. I don't like doing outros because I don't want to beg anyone to follow me. So that's pretty much all I have to say.